Hello students, hope you all are doing great. I'm Achal Chaudhary, working as an assistant professor, BBA department in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. So I'm back with my online lecture series of income tax. It's a lecture number 4 from unit 3 of income tax. So in previous lecture we have studied about the income from other sources and what are casual incomes, what kind of incomes are included under the income from other sources, and about the dividends, gifts and grossing up of income. So these all we have covered in our previous lecture and the theory portion is covered there only. So today we will be starting from the numerical portion from the income from other sources. So let's start with the numerical portion. So here is the first numerical of the day, which is based on your previous understandings. Mr. A dealer in shares, received the following without consideration during the previous year 2019 and 20 from his friend Mr. B. First, cash gift of rupees 70,000 on his anniversary 15th April 2019. Second, bullion, the fair market value of which was rupees 60,000 on his birthday, that was 19th June 2019. Third, a plot of land at Faridabad on 1st July 2019, the stamp value of which is rupees 5 lakh on that date. Mr. B had purchased the land in April 2009. Mr. A purchased his friend Mr. C purchased from his friend, that is Mr. C, who is also a dealer in shares, 1,000 shares of X Limited at rupees 400 each on 19th June 2019, the fair market value of which was rupees 600 each on that day. Mr. A sold these shares in the course of his business on 23rd of June 2019. Further, on 1st November 2019, Mr. A took possession of property booked by him 2 years back at rupees 20 lakh. The stamp duty value of the property as on 1st November 2019 was rupees 32 lakh. On the same date of booking was rupees 23 lakh. He had paid rupees 1 lakh by account payee check as down payment on the date of booking. On 1st March 2020, he sold the plot of land at Faridabad for rupees 7 lakh. Compute the income of Mr. A chargeable under the income from other sources and capital gains for year 20 at 21 year. So students, I know you must be saying that ma'am ये तो बहुत lengthy question है, how will I solve this question? So please, first of all, be relaxed. First of all, what you have to do, you have to divide this question into parts so that it will be easy for you to understand the question. So first of all, make a 3 parts from this question and try to solve it accordingly. So I'm giving you some time to solve the question. I hope you will solve this question. And in case you face any kind of difficulty, then please pause the video and try to solve the question by your concepts. So first of all, what we have to consider is the first line. Please see the first line, what they have mentioned, that Mr. A has received some gifts, or you can say something, without any consideration. If there is no consideration, then in that case it will be considered as a gift for you. So these three are the gifts because there was no consideration. And one more thing, students, I'm not sure if you know about the bullion. So basically bullion is a bars of gold and silver. So it's kind of a property for you. Students, this is how you have to solve the question. First of all, what we have to calculate is income from other sources. Then we will move forward to the capital gains. So first of all, it is mentioned as a cash gift. So as it is exceeding rupees 50,000, so it will be taxable, and we noted down the rupees 75,000 as we have received a gift of 75,000. Then bullion is also a kind of a property. It's also kind of a cash gift, gift for you. So it is also excluded, exempted up to rupees 50,000. So as it is exceeding the value, so it will be considered as a taxable value. So we have mentioned rupees 60,000. Then stamp value. So the property value which is like gifted to the Mr. A, so that is also a kind of a gift. So we will also calculate it, rupees 5 lakh. I have written it down. So while moving to the next paragraph, as we can say, as we can see that there is a mention that it's a transaction related to the shares. So shares or stocks, these both are calculated under the capital gains. So here we will not do anything and we will compute it later. Then moving to the next paragraph, it is mentioned that there was a stamp duty which was the value was 23 lakh, and the consideration which was paid under that was 20 lakh. So the difference between 23 lakh and 20 lakh will be computed under the income from other sources. So here I noted down 3 lakh. So after computing all the income, I got the income from other sources, that is rupees 9 lakh 35,000. Then after doing this, I will move ahead to compute the capital gains. So in capital gains, what I have mentioned, what they have mentioned, that there is a sale consideration which was of rupees 7 lakh. So 7 lakh is given in your question. So it will be calculated accordingly. Then we have to deduct the cost of acquisition from it. That was 5 lakh. So students, as we can see, it's a situation where the sale and purchase is done within 24 months. So we know that it's a case of short-term capital gain. So here we don't need any kind of index value. So here the calculation is very easy. I have the sale information, sale price I do have, and I also have the cost of acquisition. So after deducting it, I got the short-term capital gain, that is rupees 2 lakh. So students, I don't think it's a very difficult question, so you can't solve it. For me, it's a very easy question. All you have to do is you have to just read out the question carefully, and you have to divide the question into 2 or 3 parts, whatever is suitable for you. So let's move to the next question. Question number 2. Interest on enhanced compensation received by Mr. G during the previous year 2019 and 20 is rupees 5 lakh. Out of this interest, rupees 1,50,000 relates to the previous year 2016-17, rupees 1,65,000 relates to the previous year 2017-18, and rupees 1,85,000 relates to the previous year 2018-19. So discuss the tax implication, if any, of such interest income for rupees for accounting year 2020-21. So you have to solve this question. You have to just compute the interest which is received from the received as a compensation to Mr. G. So I'm just giving you some time to solve this question. In between, please pause the video and try to solve this question. Here is the solution, students. So before moving ahead, I just want you to note down some things. The entire interest of rupees 5 lakh would be taxable in the year of receipt. So students, if you remember in the previous lecture, I have told you that the computation is done on the two bases. First is your accrual and cash basis. So both are followed in this case. So accrual basis is followed in this case. So according to it, we will compute it accordingly. So we will compute the entire amount which we have received as a interest. So let's move to the solution. Interest on enhanced compensation rupees 5 lakh, which is given in the question itself, and we have to deduct it by 50% because it is mentioned as a deduction under section 57 fourth. So we will deduct the 50% of the amount. So here 2,50,000 is your income from other sources. So this is how you have to calculate the enhanced compensation. Whenever in question it is mentioned to calculate the enhanced compensation, enhanced interest. So this is how you have to calculate it. Students, I know you face many difficulties while computing the income tax because you are not sure that which income will come under which head. So it's very normal. So don't be panicked that ma'am, I don't know how to compute it and I'm not even capable enough to identify the income. So don't worry about it. All you have to do is you have to just practice some questions regarding the identifying the income which will come under which head. So here is a question which will help you to compute it. Examine under which heads the following incomes are taxable. First, rental income in case property held as stock in trade for 3 years. So it will be your income from house property. Second, dividend on shares in case of a dealer in shares. It will be your income from other sources. Third, salary received by a partner from his partnership firm. What do you think? Profits and gains of business or profession. Rental income of machinery. Again, profits and gains of business or profession. Winning from lotteries by a person having the same as business activity. As I told you to in previous lecture only, winning from lotteries. Tell me. Yeah, right. Income from other sources. Salaries payable to a member of parliament. That is also income from other sources. Receipts without consideration. Without consideration means that will be a gift. So again, income from other sources. In case of retirement, interest on employees' contribution. If PF is unrecognized, then it will be a case of income from other sources. And last is your rental income in case of a person engaged in the business of letting out of properties. Letting out of properties means that will be a profit and gains of business or profession. Here is the solution which I have discussed with you earlier. So here are, first of all, you have to write down the particulars, then head of income. So you don't have to write down 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to write down the particularly. Whole particular you have to write it down here. ऐसे मत बोलना मैम ने तो 1, 2, 3 लिखा था so we are following the same. Then in that case no marks will be given to you. So you have to write it down the full particulars here. So after that you have to just distinguish that which income will come under which head. So I hope students now it is clear to you like how we have to distinguish the income, that which income will come under which head. So first of all start knowing about the distinguishment, like which income we can consider under which head. So it is very important for you, otherwise it will be very difficult for you students to solve the question. If you are not aware that which income will come under the which head, then you can't solve the question. First of all, it's very important to understand about the concepts. Like, first of all, you should know, like, this income which will belong to which of the head. So if you are not having proper knowledge regarding it, then in that case you can't solve the question. Knowing the format is only not required. So you should know about the distinguishment also. I hope now you are able to solve those questions which are related from the income from other sources or income from capital gains. So I am hoping that now you are able to solve those questions. Students, that's it for today's lecture. And in next video, I will be covering your remaining topics of Unit 3. So please make sure you are going to watch those videos so that you are able to understand about the whole concept of income tax. So here is the question based on today's practice. Examine whether the following are chargeable to tax and the amount liable to tax. So here you have to tell that these amount are liable for the tax or not, and under which head. A sum of rupees 1,20,000 was received as gift from non-relatives by Raj on the occasion of the marriage of his son Praveen. And second, interest on enhanced compensation of rupees 96,000 received on 12th of March 2020 for acquisition of urban land, of which 40% relates to the previous year 2018 and 19. So I hope you are able to solve this question, and if in case you are not able to solve this question or you face any kind of difficulty from any topic, so do let me know. I will try to solve all your doubts. Thank you so much for your interest and cooperation. Stay tuned for more videos.